If we're not counting Sesame Street, this was the first movie which introduced me to the Muppets. It was ever present in my childhood, even before I saw it. I owned at least 2 Disney VHSs that had this movie's trailer in the previews, and so I would see the trailer all the time. And then when I finally saw the movie, it didn't disappoint. Even to this day, I would have to say that Muppet Treasure Island is my favorite Muppet film. You heard it. Muppet Treasure Island is my favorite Muppet film. I actually think I like it now even more than I did when I was a kid. I actually recognize all the jokes, especially the ones that I used to miss when I was younger. If you're familiar with the story of Treasure Island, you can pretty much guess the plot of this movie. It's pretty faithful to the original. Jim Hawkins gets an old treasure map from Billy Bones, and his friends set up a voyage to find the treasure. But the crew is made up of many former pirates, including Long John Silver. And the search for the treasure turns out to be very complicated. In true Muppet style, they create something that is an adaptation, a parody, and a tribute all at once. And it works really well. And aside from a couple of pretty forgettable songs, the rest of them are really good. Especially the opening song and the sailing song. The Muppets themselves are well used. Kermit the Frog plays Captain Smollett, and of course Captain Smollett's role is increased from the book, but that's to be expected. Miss Piggy plays Benjamina Gunn. Gonzo and Rizzo are the main characters along with Jim, and we get a plethora of funny supporting Muppets as well. The best ones would have to be Black Dog, Blind Pew, and Clueless Morgan, all of them making their debuts in this film. Thankfully, there's also lots of room for some great human performances. Even though I'm kinda sorry to say that Kevin Bishop is not a great singer, he does do a great acting job as Jim Hawkins. We also get Jennifer Saunders as Mrs. Blubberidge, and Billy Connolly as Billy Bones. But even with the funny jokes, the great songs, and the good acting, the best part of this movie would have to be Tim Curry as Long John Silver. It's safe to say that Tim Curry will go down in history as one of the greatest character actors of all time. And this is one of his best performances. In the movie, Long John Silver is capable of being hilariously over the top, while also having some really grounded and touching moments with Jim. He's able to be the antagonist, while also being a sort of father figure to Jim. The genius of his performance is finding a balance between his broad theatrics and combining them with genuine emotions that make him more believable. It allows for comedy and drama to be handled perfectly. Even with all the many shows and movies that feature the Muppets, I still think Muppet Treasure Island is the best one they did. It pokes fun at a great story with all kinds of humor, while also faithfully adapting the story in a way that both kids and adults can appreciate.